Hi guys, Techmaster back again. So I'll make, I think, 2 more videos. So now we're going to compare the iPhone 11, the iPhone 13, and the iPhone 12. Yeah. So we all have we have 6.1 inch screen on all of them, but the 11 has a worse quality liquid retina display versus the OLED. So as you can see, there's way more bezel and it looks a little darker colors. There's much sharper displays on the 12 and 13. On emergency, same thing. Cameras, we both have 12 megapixel cameras, but the 11 does have worse quality night photos and things like that, so it does have the worst camera system by far out of all of these. Optical zoom range, same. Battery life is the worst on the 11, even though it has a bigger battery than the 12. Lately, I've seen in tests and everywhere else, the 12 has gone at least another hour over the 11. A bunch of tests have shown in standby time and when it's off has been much worse and all that. So I would say the 12 does have a better battery life than the 11. Even though it has a smaller battery, it still seemed better. My 12 does really good when it's on Wi-Fi and all that stuff. And pretty good when it's on cellular if I'm not using it constantly. But yeah, the 12 has pretty good battery life. It's not incredible. The 13 definitely has the best. It has about 2.5 hours more than the 12 and probably 3.5 or maybe 3 over the 11, but yeah, it's much better. Next, performance. So we have A13 Bionic chip on iPhone 11, A15 on A13 or on iPhone 13, and then A14 on iPhone 12. So we do have the best chip, or not the better, the best out of all these chips is the A15, and then the A13 is the worst because it has a slower neural engine. It has an 8-core neural engine versus a 16-core neural engine. So the neural engine, the A14 got an upgraded neural engine, and so it is much faster neural engine, about 80% faster according to Apple. So yeah, that's better for, all that stuff. A13 isn't slow by any means, but it's not as quick as an A14. I do notice performance jumps. Face ID same. The iPhone 11 only has 4G LTE versus we have super fast 5G on 12 and 13. And basically, this is a little different. But if you compare this to the iPhone SE3, and you see how it says 5G versus super fast 5G, well, that's basically because, I'm just going to show something quickly. That is basically because we do not have millimeter wave on the SE. So as you can see, sub-6 5G, we have millimeter wave support on the 12 and 13. So that's what millimeter wave is. When it says super fast, that means it has support for millimeter wave on iPhone. When it just says 5G, it's only sub-6, so it's a slower form of 5G. Here, let me get back to the 11 right here. Oh, wait, fuck. 11, right there. Okay, sorry, I just switched back. I'm just using my iPad for recording this. I just switched back. Here, oh, my bad, I'm not onto that yet. So battery life, so we don't have 5G on the iPhone 11. We have, and then water resistance is only 2 meters on the 11, so if you drop it and it's cracked or you drop it in a pool, it'll get ruined most likely. The iPhone 13 and 12 have 6 meters, and so people have done a bunch of testing, and they can apparently go in really deep water. Obviously, I wouldn't test that because they might be using different settings or something, or doing something that may affect the results might be different basically, but I would highly recommend not doing that. But I'm just saying that the 11 does have 4 meters less water resistance. Now the iPhone 11 does not have MagSafe cases or anything. I personally love MagSafe. I think the wallets and the cases are really nice, and they can magnet stuff onto them. Obviously, the MagSafe charger could heat up your phone, but the wallets and stuff are really cool. So the iPhone 11 does not. You have to get a sticky wallet, which kind of sucks. So next, storage. We have lower storage options. We do not have 256. We used to, but then it got removed. So now we only have 128 at most on the 11. Display. We have a liquid retina display. We don't have an HDR display because it is a lower quality display, so it's not as sharp. We have only 625 nits of brightness. Not even an HDR video can get brighter on the 12. So the 12 has the same brightness, but because it's HDR display, it can get brighter in daylight conditions in HDR video. So yeah, that's very helpful. Chip. We only have an 8-core neural engine on the A13 chip versus the 16-core on that. All that stuff. Video recording, pretty much the same thing. Cellular and wireless. They're all compatible on the same carriers, blah, blah, blah. Where's the battery power? Okay. So battery power. Yeah, as you can see, video playback stream, there's an hour longer on the iPhone 12 and 10 hours. So we got 10 hours on the 11, 11 hours on the 12. So this is like what I'm talking about, but there is a little bit of extra battery life when streaming and stuff. Video playback's the same on the 12 and 11, and then audio playback's also the same. 13 has 19 hours video playback, 15 hours of video playback streamed, and then 75 hours of audio playback. So you do have the best battery life for sure on the all that stuff. The 12 and 11 have the same dual SIM, nano SIM. You can get eSIMs on the 13 apparently, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, that sums up this video, and to be completely honest with you, I think the iPhone 12 is my favorite out of these phones. I don't love the design of the iPhone 13. The cameras are diagonal, the colors aren't as good, the notch looks kind of weird. To be completely honest, I think the iPhone 12 is a great phone, and I think that would be the best one, especially since you can find it for the lowest price, or $599. And you can get this thing, I've seen it for as low as like $450 or less in the used market. So the iPhone 13, it almost seems like it doesn't make as much sense. And you can get the iPhone 12 mini for around $300 because they no longer sell it. But like, yeah, the 12 still has decent battery life and all that. It'll make you through the day. And the 13 again has a weirder design. I don't love the iPhone 13 design. Obviously, it has some benefits like a little bit better cameras and all that. But like, yeah, the iPhone 12 is a better phone. In my opinion, I like the 12 better is what I mean. The colors are much nicer. This purple and blue are amazing colors. These colors on the 13 are kind of crappy. This blue is terrible. The pink's okay. Green is good. Blue's terrible. Midnight's good. Starlight's kind of annoying. And then Product Red is pretty good. But, like, I don't like these colors as much, if you know what I mean. The pink's actually not terrible, but it's not the best. The purple's on the 12 is much better. And the iPhone 11 has terrible colors. This purple looks like gray. The only color that's okay is green. Otherwise, these colors are dog water. Let's be clear. Anyway, moving on. So, anyway, guys, that pretty much sums up this video. But, yeah, I think the 12 is the best. My favorite out of all of these. It's not the best. The 13 is still obviously better. It's not the best phone ever, but, you know, the 12 is my favorite phone. Anyway, see